The final year of the Missouri Rural Food Access Partnership Grant is now underway. The goal is to increase access to food across the state. Today, organizers shared an update on what they've accomplished so far with a $1 million federal grant. They highlighted a garden in Springfield that's helping develop the Food is Medicine program.
Actually one of the hoop houses at Springfield Community Gardens. They, are providing food to the community at no cost, as well as working on developing food as medicine programs. They had some of the physicians there that are building food as medicine programs in the Springfield region. And we got to hear about how they are collaborating to get this local food into communities.
Organizers hope to have a 5-year Missouri Food Charter program ready by May of next year. This would be a roadmap to show the overall goals for the food system in the state.